What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another live. It's just me today because Justin is out and Julian's on vacation, so it's just me. I couldn't do a match reaction yesterday because my mic had technical issues. It's fixed now, so I'm gonna do a little match reaction and then we move on to the topical news. Of course, Rabiot, Depay, Paredes, Arthur, whatever. But first of all, I want to talk about yesterday's game a little bit because I haven't spoke about it. Because again, technical issues. I couldn't record my daily news video, so I'm gonna do it now. Let me check this one. Okay. So I'll talk about the game first and then we move on to whatever, the Rabiot stuff, because that's topical. I want to talk about the game first a little bit, because we won. A game we should have won. I said I didn't do a preview for the same reason. But it's a Swallow at home. It's the first game of the season. I know it's the first game of the season. It's never easy. But everyone won, like all the top clubs won, like every club that probably should have won had won, so we needed to win. It was that simple, in my opinion. We started off, I want to say the same as last season, especially that first half. Like we were 2-0 up, but I had the same feeling as last season, basically. Like we are relying on someone, making something happen. I think that was the case. And that guy was Di Maria. He was that guy for 90 minutes, or like not 90, whatever. He played 80 or whatever. He was that guy. I think we started off pretty good. Like the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay. And then Swallow took over and Locatelli was struggling like big time. He wasn't big trouble. Like he was losing the ball, he was giving away possession. He switched it up, he moved Di Maria, he moved Cuadrado. We gained control again. The stats on my right, if you look at the stats and you look at just passes, you're like, how is that possible? But like that's no surprise. Shots on target or shots. Sassuolo had shots, but like when you look back at those shots, they were like desperate shots, like 30 meters out, 25 meters out, like standard saves in my opinion for Perin. Like he made some good saves, but like none of them should have went in from distance. Like those are just routine saves in my opinion, but he did well. But like other than that, I don't think Sassuolo was ever dangerous. I don't think we were very dangerous. Like if you see the scoreline 3-0, you would think like amazing, like 3-0, fantastic football. It wasn't, but I don't think anyone was expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Like I think it's gonna be the same as last season, only with a little bit more of quality, just because you added more quality. That's the only reason. Di Maria, again, like I'm not surprised. I think like a few who weren't in for that transfer may be surprised, but like he is gonna carry us. Like he is gonna be that guy, because yesterday it needed to come from him. Like he needed to make things happen. Otherwise, I think it would have been a very long evening if it wasn't for Di Maria. Like he made things happen. He's out. He could be out for like 30 days, whatever. And it's actually insane. It's actually insane. I saw someone saying we need to talk about J Medical. What's there to talk about? Like everybody knows it's a serious issue. It's not bad luck. I don't know if anyone believes it's bad luck. They're lying to themselves. I'm sorry. Like it's not bad luck when you have so many injuries, so many of the same injuries, for more than one season. Like it's not like, oh, it's this somber. It's starting from June. Like what the hell is happening? Oh, bad luck. It's not like that's not the case. We have so many injuries. It's actually insane. It's not bad luck anymore. It's no whatever juju spell. Something is up. Fitness coach, whatever, training, recovery. I don't know because I'm not there. Like whatever. But if it happens year in, year out, week in, week out, month in, month out, like something is up. Something is up. And I do agree some of the players are injury prone, but it looks like besides Rabiot, everybody gets the same type of injuries over and over again. Like not once, like they come back and a few weeks later, it's the same thing all over again. So that's an issue. We're gonna miss him. We are gonna miss Di Maria big time. I don't know. Like let's hope it's only 3 games instead of 6 or 7 or whatever. Like Sky Italia was already pushing towards the end of September at this point. But let's see. The interesting thing is what Allegri said post game. Like he basically said he had that injury a few weeks back, but like he still played through it or like trained through it. It went over. I'm like, that's a weird comment to make because you knew he had something, but like you still risked it. And then he said like, I should have took him off earlier, but like these things happen. I'm like, I'm not sure if these things happen. If you know the player has an issue, I mean, maybe he was trying to say something completely different than what he actually said. But that was a weird statement because basically he said like, we knew he had that injury, but like we still risk it now, today, even in training. So I don't know. I'm not sure what he was trying to say there, but it didn't sound, you know, all rosy. It sounded weird, to be honest. But you know, that's what it is at the moment. Like the injuries we have is insane. And let me see, I thought I saw some news popping up. No, it's insane, and it's gonna haunt us for the rest of the season. Like I wanted to tweet out, we need a 50-man roster to survive this season. It's actually insane. It's actually insane, but we need to cope without Di Maria. We will discuss that in Sunday's preview, how we are gonna do that. You know, let's see. I think it will be Cuadrado, and not really Kostic, but let's see for that. Other positives of the game, Sandro, I will give him credit. You know, we all, you know, have our say on Alexandro, and he is back to being 2017 Alexandro from 2021. So it could be a 3-4 games stretch, but he was great. And Julian had a theory saying maybe Allegri knows what the issue is, and it's not playing him too much, even in the same game. And that's, Julian was basically saying, get him stopped off mid, let's say 70 minutes, 65 minutes, and save his energy so we can go again next season. I don't really think that's the issue, but like if Alexandro performs, better for us, because he's gonna say he's not gonna leave. He will leave as a free agent if he decides to perform in his last season and play for a big contract elsewhere. Good for him, good for us. But I need to see it before I believe it. But he was good yesterday, so credit to him. Locatelli picked it up after we switched formation, so that's also positive news. Vlahovic, 2 goals. He's not 100% fit, and he said it himself after the game. You can see it. But 2 goals, like what's else there? You know, to say, like, first game of the season, your number 9 gets 2 goals. That's positive news. I would say it's good news. I think he still needs to work on a few things, and I think everybody knows that. He knows that. Like Allegri said, he's very emotional. Like you can see if things are not going his way, like he's pushing and doing things he shouldn't be doing. He just needs to keep his head straight. But in the first half, I was like, I understood it. Like the balls he was getting with his back to goal, and he needs to get better with his back to goal. But like if you get the same ball in the same position over and over again, and like you need to beat 2-3 defenders before you can actually take a shot, at some point you will get frustrated. I get him. But 2 goals, I think that's very positive about the game. What else did I want to mention? McKennie on the left. Okay, I don't think McKennie was fit, but like on the left, whatever, that was no go. Like please don't do that anymore, ever, because that was bad. Like he cannot, like I keep saying it for McKennie, he's good at one things, making those runs and all those things, but on the ball he is slightly above average. Like it's frustrating when he needs to play a final ball. It's horrendous at times. Like it is what it is, but that's McKennie. We knew that, so whatever. He's not a left winger. Even when we switched formation, it wasn't looking good on the ball. We knew that. So that's that. The interesting thing I picked up from that game is the subs, also the bench. Like the bench looked really bad. Like when you looked at that bench, you're like, oh my god, that looked like the Primavera bench or whatever. But an interesting thing is Rovella came on and Miretti and not Fagioli. And Rovella is interesting because he's close to joining Monza, so that was a weird sub to put him on, I think. The Miretti thing is interesting because I personally believe, it's personal opinion, I think he's the best out of the three, the most talented. But I've always said, I think Allegri rates Miretti highly, or like, yeah, he rates him highly, but he rates him more than a Fagioli or a Rovella. But keep in mind, Fagioli had the entire preseason with the team. Miretti came in the first week of August because he was on vacation, and he got, the call up or whatever. Like he got the minutes. I actually do believe Miretti, if they're both going to say Fagioli and Miretti, and Fagioli is going to say because that was the reason he signed that deal basically. But I find it weird, or not weird, like because I kind of, not predicted it, but like I thought that was going to happen. But he put in Miretti instead of Fagioli. I think that's telling in my opinion, because I do believe Miretti, if they both say, I do believe Miretti is going to play more compared to Fagioli, just because I actually think he likes Fagioli better than Miretti better than Fagioli. I personally do, but like I'm not saying Fagioli is bad or whatever. But when I watch Miretti play, even yesterday, he is so calm on the ball. Like he can receive it with his back towards his opponent. He knows exactly where the opponent is. He can play a good pass, clean. He keeps it simple. He moves the ball very smoothly, quickly. I don't know. Actually, like that was a weird, like not a weird thing, but like I was like, okay, he had the entire preseason with Fagioli. Miretti just came in. He started training the first week of August, and he got the minutes. I felt that odd. Like that's just my opinion. Let's see. I do believe Miretti will get the most minutes this season, just purely based on what I believe Allegri thinks, and that I personally believe he's the best out of the three. That's just my opinion. But that was on the game. I thought Bremer was good, especially in the second half. He was very good. Other than that, something else to mention? Not really. Like a clean sheet, that's good, but like it wasn't overwhelming. Like it's 3-0, but it wasn't, I wasn't gonna say, it wasn't like, oh my god, what a big change compared to last season. We're still heavily relying on a player making a play. In this case, Di Maria. And missing Di Maria is a big issue. That's why. Because I don't think we have a system where you just plug in players here and there and they will perform. At this moment in time, I think we rely on individual brilliance, and like that was, I think, very clear with Di Maria last night. So yeah, Stephanie saying Perin was good. He was good. He was solid. He was very solid. So that's positive news. People do like the video. I'm bad in reminding people to like the video, but please like the video. So that's everything I wanted to say about the game. Again, I couldn't do my preview. If anyone has a comment, let me see in the comment. Oh yeah, Kostic came on. Oh, on Kostic, I think it's clear. Like I don't think he will even look up. He will just whip that ball in. Like, he will whip in across the moment he receives the ball in whatever position. He will whip it in, and he has a fantastic cross on him. The issue is, he just arrived this week, and you can clearly see the connection or the understanding with the players in the box wasn't there, because he was putting that ball in very, very good positions, over the ground, over the top, whatever, like in good positions where 1-2 players should be, in my opinion, but nobody was there. But like, he has a fantastic cross on him. It's basically automatic. It feels automatic with him. He will not beat his man, but we knew that. He's a hard worker. I think he showed that yesterday, but he can whip it across him very naturally. It's just now, the thing is now, can we, get the rest of the team on the same mindset to understand, okay, the ball is coming in that position, whatever. Because the moment we make that click in the team, I think he will get a lot of assists. I actually believe that. But let's see. It was like, what did he play? 20 minutes? After 4 training sessions with the group. It was okay. Maybe he starts on Monday away to Sampdoria. Let's see. I don't really believe that, but whatever. Julian saying, how can we win 3-0? Then the next day, Di Maria is out of Mont and Rabiot rejects a good move. Yeah, it's only Juve. I don't know. Yeah, it's actually insane. But we won. I think that's positive. Because last season we didn't win our first game. So it's already an improvement, I would say. And yeah, I think nothing else to say about that game. It is what it is. We won. We did what we needed to do. No excuses. And no excuses going into Sampdoria. Like, we're missing Di Maria. It's a big miss, but I'm not going to make excuses. We should beat Sampdoria away from home next Monday. So yeah, I'm going to move on now to the news. Let me change that up a bit. No, I'm sorry. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Match that. Okay, let's talk about today's news. Okay, today's news. What's today? Okay, Rabiot. That's the major news. So, chat, have you say on Rabiot? I know you did earlier, but I couldn't, respond because I was doing my reaction. Rabiot. Apparently that deal is kind of at the moment. Like, it could be on really quickly. It depends on his mom. That's the reality. But yeah, everybody read that news. Everybody saw Nico Schira tweeting what Rabiot was asking, or what his mom is asking. 9+1, whatever. Signing bonus of a full wage, just so then 10 million euros for his mom. It's actually insane. Like, it's insane. I tweeted out, I do rate that his mom rates his son very highly. Like, I don't know, must be the ultimate hype woman. It's actually insane. It makes me smile. Like, I cannot believe his mom goes into that meeting and tells, I cannot imagine him going into the meeting with, I don't know who that is, Murdoch from Man U, and says, he's on 7 now. I think you guys have seen how he played over the course of 3 seasons. You know what? We won 9+1 and I want 10 million just to put down a signature. It's actually insane. Like, I think that Murdoch, or whatever his name is, left Torino on that plane and was laughing his ass off. I think they actually laughed. 10 million euros for Rabiot. He will not get that even if he's a free agent next season. He will not get that unless he goes to play in a competition. And even then, I cannot believe anyone is offering Rabiot 10 million euros. I cannot believe what he's doing. I can actually not believe what he's doing. I'm stunned. he will end up a free agent. He will sign for 7, and he will make that 2 million extra in signing bonus just because he's a free agent. But no club is gonna give him 10 million euros. Like that's actually insane, because surely other teams, other clubs, other managers, whatever, coaches have watched Rabiot play over the course of the last 3 seasons, 4 if you want to include this one, if he's gonna stay. No way is anyone gonna sit there and say, you know what? We're gonna give you 10 million euros just because your mom is asking it. No chance. Like absolutely no chance. And I still saw a report from Giovanni Albanese saying Rabiot still believes he will make a move to the Premier League because that's what he wants. Who's gonna pay him 10 mil? Newcastle's not gonna do that. If you look at Newcastle's business this summer, they did their business in January. And if the issue is Champions League football, no chance Newcastle. And the funny part is, so if Monaco made Champions League football, whatever, the idea was he's going Monaco. Monaco are not going to pay Rabiot 10 million euros. So if Man U had Champions League football, Rabiot was willing to let 3 million euros drop from his wage demands? No chance. That's absolutely bullshit, in my opinion. I think the issue is very simple. He doesn't care about Champions League football. He doesn't care about the national team. That's what I actually believe. Because if the reports are true, like they're correct, and the club told Rabiot, you're out, like we want to move you on, you're not part of the plans, then surely he's like, oh my god, World Cup is in a few months, I need to play Man U good 7 or like whatever they're offering. It's a good wage. It's already more than I deserve, whatever, even if he thinks he deserves more. But I don't believe, for one thing, I don't believe the club told Rabiot, you need to leave. I think Rabiot told the club, I want to leave, and you were like, okay, we're open, but if you're going to stay, you're going to stay. Allegri is going to play you. And that's why he's playing hardball, basically. Because if he stays, he's going to play. Like, I can bet everything on it. He's going to play a shitloads of games. You know, he's going to do that. He's going to play a lot of games. So maybe it's up to the club to put pressure on Rabiot by telling him, like, look, you're not going to play. Or Allegri in this case, you can stay, but like you are 5th option, whatever, 6th option. If everybody's injured, you're in. That's the only reason maybe he will be like, okay, I will drop my demands. But I still don't believe it. I don't believe... I still can't believe he's asking for 10 million euros. Like, I'm actually... That's more than Pogba's on. Like, for it, that's more than Di Maria's on. I'm so confused. Like, I'm actually confused. I cannot believe it. I'm lost for words. Like, he's asking more money than Rodri, than Bernardo Silva, because he's not even on 10, apparently, according to reports. Unbelievable. Like, it's actually unbelievable. Like, it's insane. It's actually insane. But whatever. That deal is apparently not completely off, I would say, but it's kind of drowned. Not dead in the water. It's drowning almost. Like, it's going down. But it is what it is. Like, I never believed it was like a done deal. I thought it was a good chance, a good possibility. Getting 70 mil for him, actually insane. But let's see how that will develop. Because I saw a report saying Man U are moving to Casemiro. So they are also all over the place. Maybe they panic and they tell Rabiot, you know what, we give you 8+1. And we give you mom 6 or 7 instead of 10. And they go like, yeah, let's do it. I want to play. It's the end of the market, whatever. Because it's already the 16th of August. Almost the 17th in an hour's time. So let's see how that will develop. Guys, 78 people watching, which is good. Thanks. But please like the video. Only 30 likes. So please like that video. Hit that like button. It's easy. Let me see what the comments are saying. Yeah. And he's saying no club is giving him 6 next season other than Man U. I don't think even Man U. If he's a free agent, I think that ship would have been sailed by then. So yeah, I don't think he's going Man U even. But I don't even care if he's a free agent, whatever. But yeah, let's move on to Paredes because that's apparently linked, or that's linked. Arthur, at the moment, Romeo said like the Valencia deal is kind of off, but you never know. I think like it's off at the moment. But he also said like Arthur is considered a non-Juve player, so I have no idea where he's going. If it's not Valencia, no idea which other option is out there. I'm actually confused thinking about it. But yeah, I don't see Paredes coming in if Arthur and Rabiot are going to stay. Should Arthur leave and Rabiot stay, I still think there's a chance just based on the fact PSG are hoping to loan him out. And maybe the club will make it a very low loan, whatever, fee and more expensive obligation, whatever. So I still think there's a chance. I don't think it's 100% linked to Rabiot, the Paredes thing. And let's see how that will develop, because I think even the coach of PSG spoke and he basically said Paredes wants to leave, blah, 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 all those things, that he's calm. I don't know. I don't fully believe that it's 100% linked to Rabiot. I don't believe that. But yeah, the news is the same on Rabiot, on Paredes. We agreed terms. PSG opened up to a loan deal with an obligation. Juve won an option. If it's an option, PSG want more money for the loan deal. Whatever, that's a discussion at the moment. No agreement with Paredes. Easy, it's done. So that's basically the situation for now. Let's see how it will change. It depends. I don't know. It's all weird at the moment. It's all weird. Rafael was saying, why do we trade Paredes and Rabiot? Because I don't think PSG are that dumb to take Rabiot back. I'm sorry. Let me see. Yeah, I cannot follow the chat. What's the other news? Depay, like nothing. I actually nothing on Depay. Let's be honest, it's the same thing. It's agreed terms. He's in talk with Barcelona to terminate his contract. It's not terminated, so it's kind of pointless to talk about at the moment. Someone is saying it's close. The other one is saying it's still a few million difference for the termination of the contract. Whatever. Nothing new. Like there's nothing basically to say. There's nothing breaking today where you're like, oh my god, that's news. Like the next step is he terminated his contract with Barcelona. That's the next bit of news basically. Other than that, there's actually no news on Depay. It's the same as almost a week ago, or like exactly a week ago. So no news on that. On the Depay thing, nothing on the left back. Orvella close to Monza. But basically that's news. Like it was a very quiet Tuesday, besides that Rabiot, like awful bad news, whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, let's see. Also on Monday was a holiday in Italy, or like in Europe, also where I'm living. So maybe nothing happened yesterday. Also game day today, it was like, oh, let's see. Thanks, Rafael. But yeah, it depends on Depay. If he terminates his contract with Barcelona, he in theory could be in Torino the next day. In theory. Rabiot, if he lowers his demands, he could be in Manchester. Arthur, if some money comes in, I think the club will just ship him out for whatever at this point. I think Mirko Di Natale said Rovella should be official today to Monza. That didn't happen. So let's see how that will develop. Maybe it's a theory. the Rabiot thing, the clubs saw that coming and they're not now like pushing back on the Ravella deal. I don't really believe that, but maybe that's the case. I don't know, because it was rumored like the Ravella to Monza news is there since last week and nothing really changed. It's like he's close, but yet then still yesterday Allegri played him for like whatever 50 minutes. So yeah, it's a weird situation, I would say. Julian is saying another plot twist. Alexandro is like a new signing, no left back. Rabiot and Arthur say no Paredes. Barcelona don't terminate Depay's contract because Aubameyang is sold to the Prem. We get nothing. I think you just need to enjoy your holiday. I don't know why you're even watching, but yeah. See, you get people in the chat rattled. Don't do that. Rafael is saying, but do we get Milinkovic-Savic? No. Who said that today? I think it was Monblano, right? Saying that from Lazio sources, there's still a feeling that Juve will make a move. Like, what move are they gonna make? Like, the next move needs to be bid accepted. That needs to be the next move. Like, there's no room to negotiate with Lotito, and they need to replace him. So I don't know. Julian saying someone broke a plate over my head. I'm rattled. Yeah, nobody told you to do that. It's not because you in Greece that you need to do that. So that's on you. Axel is saying Zaniolo. Who said that also? I saw the Zaniolo thing. Was it that Mirko guy, right? On Twitter. He said that it's still not dead in the water, whatever. I think Monblano said like he still believes there's a chance. That will be out of nowhere at this point because we're moving for Paredes and Depay. Like Zaniolo, it would be out of nowhere at this point. It would be. So I'm not sure about it. I don't personally see it happening at the moment. But again, things can change really quickly. Yeah, I saw that we could have signed the Napoli guy. I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. Like, we lost out on much better players. He's a good player, but like, we lost out on Haaland. So yeah. Yeah, enjoy your evening, Julian. Or like, yeah, oh, it's midnight, you need to go to bed. Dan is saying, if that's the case, 4 plays for the third straight year coming low. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the plot twist from Julian. Yeah, he messed up the chat. But no, nothing news at the moment. Nothing. Unless you guys in the chat read something that I've missed today on the news. But I don't think I missed any big major. Let me see. I wrote it down. There wasn't a lot to talk about, like, for transfer-wise for us. Let me see. I saw someone from the Times is saying that Rabiot wanted the same salary as Bruno Fernandes. I mean, he's not right. Like, at that, I can understand him. Like, Bruno scammed Manu and paying him 10+ million apparently. So yeah, but yeah, people in the chat, let me know if I missed some bit of news today because I was very busy and I've not checked all the news. Mirko saying, did you already talked about Rabiot deal is gonna be hard? Manu didn't accept Rabiot's mom request. Yeah, we talked about it. Let's see, if he actually really wants to get into that French squad, then he needs to play. And at that point, the club needs to tell him, you know, you're not part of the plan. You're going to sit a lot on the bench. Just take the offer you are getting offered at the moment from Manu. It's a good offer. It's a good offer. Like, come on, 7 mil. I will be shocked if next season he gets 9 from which team? Like, which Champions League team is offering Rabiot 9 million euros or whatever, even on a free? Like, I cannot come up with one team who's willing to do that. Not in Italy, not in Spain, not in Germany, especially not in Germany, not in France, unless PSG wake up and they're like, yeah, but not with a new leadership or whatever. I struggle to see it. I don't like. I cannot believe he's refusing that, but whatever. If the news was constant from the beginning, saying, it's because Champions League, they don't have Champions League, but that's bullshit. Like, he knew they didn't have Champions League the moment they entered talks. And the fact that his mom is having talks with Man U for almost 2 weeks now, or whatever, 10 days, tells me that that he doesn't really care about the Champions League. Like, if he was from the get-go, no one wants Champions League football, then his mom wouldn't be talking with Man U. Like, let's be completely honest. He doesn't really care if it's Champions League football or not. And the fact that there's news out saying, because it's not Champions League, he's asking more, it's even bullshit. Like, do you think Rabiot was like, but you have Champions League? Sure, I'm asking for less. I don't believe that for one bit. Like, how is that gonna help him? A few games in the Champions League. It's Man U or ass. Even if they were in Champions League. Like, they're bad. So, whatever. So in the end, who do you think will go and come in? I still think Arthur will leave. I still think he's gonna leave. I still think we get one of the Depay or Paredes. But let's see. Like, not even the players. Like, one midfielder and one attacker. Like, because we need an attacker. Like, we need one. Especially now Di Maria's out. We need an attacker, because I watched Cuadrado again yesterday. Like, he wasn't awful, Cuadrado, but like, he's so undecisive on the ball. Like, he dribbles a lot, he cuts inside, it's very predictable at times, it's very frustrating to watch. Like, you can play him up top in a 4-3-3, whatever, for a few games, but like, if you're gonna rely on him over and over again, then I think we will have an issue this season, because he lost that burst, he lost that, fear factor a little bit, in my opinion, conviction of like, I'm gonna be my guy, I'm gonna put a great ball in. I don't see that with Cuadrado since last October, like since that international break when they came back. Like, it kind of went downhill for him since then. Let me see. For how long do you think will Di Maria be out? I have no idea. Like, according to Romeo, for those type of injuries, it takes 20 to 30 days. Juve said we will reevaluate things after 10 days, so at least 2 weeks, at least, and then let's see. Aldo saying Cuadrado does the same as Ronaldo. If he gets a ball, he kills a counter attack, but slowing down. Yeah, that's what he does. He does. It's frustrating. Even yesterday, like, he was in very good positions, just whipping the ball, put in an easy cross, whatever, and he overthinks it, and he loses the ball, or like he just barely keeps possession and just plays it backwards. It's very frustrating, the fact that he's become so undecisive, in my opinion. Because 2 years back, he was like going for it, and at times he wouldn't beat his man, he would put in an awful cross, but he had that mentality, a bit like Chiesa, where he's like, okay, fine, it didn't work, next time I'll do it again and again and again and again until it works. This season, even last season, I don't see that with him personally. Also, guys, the prediction league is happening. If you want to take part of the prediction league, join the members club and DM me on Twitter if you joined, or the main account on Twitter, and I'll add you in the private members Discord group where you can do the prediction league. I checked, nobody got the right score. Some people were close. I think some said 3-1, it was 3-0, but a lot of people got a point for the win, except like negative people like Julian, Hanin, and whatever. They didn't predict the Juve win, so they have no points after match day 1. But some of you guys do have a point. So if you want to win a jersey, giveaway card, free membership for a year, join the members club and you can participate in the prediction league. But yeah, let me check if there's any news. Let me see. Sport Italia. And they're not talking about Juve. So yeah. Let me see. Whoops. Stephanie saying I added my score prediction in the wrong thread. Really? I thought I saw yours. Which thread? There's only one. So I thought I saw your prediction. Just send me a print screen in the Discord chat, the private chat. Send me a print screen from where you put it, because I cannot find it. Dan is saying we need at least 2 more signings, maybe even 3. I mean, I would take a top class midfielder, a quality left back, or like a decent left back, and an attacker. Like in an ideal world, I would even add a defender and move on Rugani, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we can all agree on that. That's not gonna happen. Jason is saying, and I honestly think Rovella should say unbelievable talent. He had a good, cameo. He's very energetic. What I like about him, if he loses the ball and he will give it away because he's young, whatever, he goes back straight into it to win it back, and a lot of the times he wins it back. So I do like that about him. He's very direct, very energetic. He actually has decent feet. It's just like sometimes he wants to do it too quick and whatever. But I think he's gonna leave. Maybe the Rabiot thing will change something, but like Allegri's presser was clear when he was asked about young players, and he said like, yeah, it's good that they will stay, but like we need to make decisions, because if they're not gonna play a lot, then it's an issue. I understand that, and people can say, me included, just play them, but he's not gonna play 3 youngsters. Like that's not gonna happen. They're gonna, get a few minutes here and there, and is that enough for those players? I'm not sure about it, to be honest. Let me see. Raffaello saying I would keep Rovella and Miretti. Crazy Ray saying Miretti is 2 times the player Rovella. Miretti is our 3rd best midfielder after Pogba and Locatelli. He needs to learn a lot of things, Miretti. So like, I like Miretti, but he's still not that established player, which is fine, because he can be after 4 starts and 20 minutes or whatever. But I think he has the potential to be a starting midfielder in the future if, he keeps this progression, in my opinion. Because every time he plays, he looks clean, he looks solid, he looks not completely out of place. It's very quote-unquote rare, it is at our club, that someone that young comes in from the academy and it feels like he fits in. Like it feels like, yeah, I can play that game. Now, he hasn't played a top game. He hasn't. So we need to see him in big games, away to Inter, at home to Inter, Milan, Roma, whatever. We need to see how he's going to cope with that. Even if he struggles at the beginning, that's perfectly fine. That's okay. But I want to see him in those type of games against Varela or whatever. I think that will give us a more clear picture in terms of like, he needs to make a lot of steps, or like, okay, that was good. Like he's closer to becoming an established player in that team than we were thinking. But let's see. Crazy is saying he's very good on the ball and his passing is fantastic. He's a bit weak defensively and not physically strong enough. Yeah, but he can improve. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Fagioli is physically strong enough, and he's very slow for some reason. But like physicality and stuff like that you can gain. You can gain. And defensively positioning, that's something you can learn, especially under Allegri, if you're willing to learn and you're not lazy. That's something you can learn. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Those are not talent attributes, like physicality and like defensive mindset or whatever. Like that you can learn. So I'm not really bothered about that at the moment. He's young. He will learn. Di Marzio saying that the club wants to get Depay this week and that we are basically at the finish line almost. So yeah, I think we kind of knew that you know, Depay was close. Let me tweet it out, guys. That's why I don't like to do solo lives. Moment. And this. Contacts today. Let me tweet it out. I never asked, to be honest, because I wasn't on very much last week because I was very busy and was not feeling very well. But people in the chat, let me know, what do you think about Depay? Yes or no? It's a 2-year deal, 7 whatever. I think it's 5 plus 2 bonuses, whatever. On a 2-year deal, on a free transfer. What do you think about Depay? Let me know in the chat. Is that a yes or a no? Also, let me know why yes or why no, because I haven't asked. Sam is saying yes 100%. Okay, so that's clear. Rafael is saying, I think Depay is very underrated and a good deal. I agree. I think he's a little bit underrated. I like Depay. I've said, and I know people talk about off the field thing. He raps, he makes videos, he makes statements. I don't really care. Like, his rap songs are awful. I will say that, but like, I don't care what he does off the field. Like, if you perform on the pitch, I don't like. Even if you're not performing, like, I'm not gonna say, oh, you shouldn't rap or you shouldn't dress a certain way. Like, just on the field, are you gonna help us win? I don't really care what you do off the field. I don't know. Like, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. Hasa saying Depay for 40 mil for 2 years is brilliant. Yeah, I think, yeah. Like, that's, unless there's a signing on bonus, but that hasn't been reported at the moment. Norwood is saying Depay is big, especially now with Di Maria out. He's technically what we need. He's very good technically. He is actually very, very good. Alexander is saying yes because we like creativity, depth in attack. And Ian is saying, is me or Di Marzio getting more Juve news lately? Like, he's getting the news everybody's getting. Like, Depay is close. Like, that Rabiot news was broken by English journalists like 20 to 30 minutes before Di Marzio broke it, to be honest. I saw it going around, but like, I don't know. I don't really knew those English journalists, so I was like, is it true or whatever? I'm not sure on Di Marzio, so the jury's still out. Aldo saying, for me, for free with that wage, I think it's a great option. No, not completely sold on him as a player, but he will definitely be useful. That's fair. He has his limitations, but like, technically he's very good, and also he can score goals from out of nowhere, from weird positions, which is also an added bonus, because there will be games, we know, where you struggle to break a team down, or like have 6 clear chances, you miss all of them, and you need something out of nowhere. Like, even if it's a deflection, but someone who has that, you know, mentality in terms of, I'm gonna shoot now, I don't care what anyone thinks. So I think that's an added bonus for us, because I don't really believe we have that at the moment. Yeah, Di Maria, but he's out. Crazy is saying he's a good player and shouldn't be benched. Let's see. Rodrigo saying Depay can create play on the left, and coming in free is a great deal. He surely can score and will do a lot in attack. Yeah, the fact that he can play across that front line in theory is also positive, looking at our track record of injuries. I check Twitter mentions. I will check in a few. How many Depay closer video news does it take to bring Depay to the club? I don't know. Julian recorded a Depay coach's corner before he left, so it's been sitting for like a week now. We need players who can score from long range. I've been starving for a long shot. Pogba needs to come back soon. Yeah. Kostic was very direct, not afraid to cross or shoot. Yeah, that's who he is. Let me check my Twitter mentions. Oop, wrong account. I cannot see anything, Rafaelo. Oh, now I can see it. Oh yeah, Dimarco said that we were working with Barcelona to free him up. Maybe just because we need to speed it up a little bit, and they promised. Apparently, they promised Depay you can leave on a free, and maybe they're taking their time now, and Juve pushing it a little bit. That's the only thing. Let me see what he's saying. That's weird because Dimarco's now saying let's see if Paredes open up to a loan deal with an option to buy, when he yesterday said that PSG are open to a loan. Maybe not with an option, but like he's making weird statements. So I mean, I'm not sure about your Dimarco statement. Let me see. Yeah, so everybody's saying Sky, the club is in contact with Barcelona to speed the process up, basically. Rafael saying, what details are they waiting for? Free up Depay on free, as promised, apparently. I think, I don't know, like that's my theory, that, it was promised. It's taking a bit too long, and Juve is trying to speed it up now with Barcelona in terms of like, free him up, we will sign him, you get rid of a player you don't want on your books anymore because of wages, and we can get on with our lives. I think that's the only explanation I have, because it's still saying it's based on a free transfer. I don't think we're going to pay for the Depay, so I think it's just purely on the fact that we want to speed up the process for Depay. Rafael is saying, wait, what is the difference between a loan and option and a loan plus obligation? An option is you don't need to sign him at the end of the summer. Like, you can say yes or no. An obligation is you need to sign him no matter what. Like, you need to sign him. If he gets injured, if he plays badly, you need to sign him. An option, you still have an option, yes or no, basically. Let's see. PSG want him off the books. He's pushing for a move. Maybe PSG will be like, okay, we will do a loan with an option. Maybe it becomes an obligation if he plays X amount of games, whatever. I still believe it's possible to get Paredes even if Rabiot stays. But I hope Rabiot leaves, of course, because we were getting money for Rabiot and nobody thought we were getting money for Rabiot. We all thought he's going to leave on a free and that's it. So yeah. Let me see. Excuse me, tired. As I saying, surely we don't need 5+ million to close the deal. You need 1-2 max, as we seen with Bremer. We closed the deal with Depay. It's the fact that he needs to terminate his contract with with Barcelona. That's the only thing. Like, we weren't talking with Barcelona up to this point now, where we are, I think, speeding up that deal. Rafael saying, wait, then what is the difference between a loan plus obligation and a flat transfer but to pay over a year? I don't really understand your question, Rafaelo. What's the difference between a loan plus obligation and a flat transfer but they pay over a year? I'm not sure about it. It's okay. I think I know what you were saying. It's basically the same thing, but it's just like book-wise, like values and spending the money in different whatever financial years. It's all those things. I don't know the details. It's between clubs basically for their books. Like, transfers are weird. In theory, like, you can say it's basically the same thing, loan plus obligation or a transfer fee, and you pay it, I don't know, whenever. like it's book value, financial years, whatever, like things we shouldn't be actually really thinking about as fans. But you know, it's 22, everything is on social media, and we discuss book values and whatever. Any other expected deals other than the Depay and Paredes loan? Not sure at the moment. Maybe, but I don't believe so. I think it's one of the two, or maybe both of them. But I will be shocked if we sign a left back, or sign another midfielder, or sign a defender, whatever. I think it's Depay and Paredes. Those are the names, and then it's done. Rico saying, I don't watch the Italian league much. Can you tell me how Vlahovic is doing? Stats are whatever. Okay. I saw a stream today from Premier League fans. Not a stream, like a clip. I think it were Premier League fans. They were talking about Nunez and all those players. And then they were talking about Vlahovic, saying, oh, he moved to Juve and he flopped. That was basically saying, I don't watch Juve. I don't watch Serie A. Because Vlahovic didn't flop. He hasn't flopped. He scored goals. Maybe, like, with a player of his caliber should be scoring more goals, but it's not 100% his fault. I'm gonna say it's 35% his fault, because at times he needs to improve his first touch. He needs to keep his head cool in certain situations. Some runs he needs to make. All those things, we know that, we all said that. But I think a big part of this, not him struggling, but like him not hitting the expectations level in terms of goals last season, is just the style of the way we play. Like, we struggle to move that ball cleanly, put it in good positions for a striker. Like, not even Vlahovic, it could be Matri, it could be Vucinic, whatever, it could be Amori. We struggle to put our striker in a very good position consistently during a game where he's like, that's an easy chance. Like, if you look back at most of Vlahovic's shots or like chances, you're like, that's not really easy. Like, you still need to do a lot of work. And I'm not saying we need to build a squad or the team, whatever, that you just need to tap it in. Like, I'm not saying that, but like, if you watch Juve, you will understand that it's not easy to get 30 goals in this team, like 25 goals in Serie A. It's not easy. Let me see. I saw a comment. Wait, where's Rico's comment? Okay, Rico saying, I just mean stats don't mean much. I want to hear a person watching him. Yeah, stats don't mean, but I think his stats are okay. Like, it's not that he has horrendous stats where you're like, oh my god, this is bad. Like, it's solid. I saw a good stat like that after, I think, Immobile and was it Lautaro since 2002, the most goals in Serie A, and Immobile has like 3 or 4 pens in between of them. So the stats are okay. It's just that like a player of his caliber should be getting more goals, and it's not solely based on him. Like, a big part is how we play and how we move that ball, and at times how we struggle to basically create clean chances. I think that's the issue. That's the biggest issue. He did shoot off target. Yeah, Stephanie, he did. But he's not 100% fit. I think that was clear, especially in that first half. He wasn't 100%. After the game, he said it. Allegri said it. He started training very late with that injury or like problem. So he needs to have some time to be, up to speed again. But I don't think his qualities are in doubt. Because if you give him the ball in good positions, I'm not saying tap in positions, whatever, but like in manageable positions, he's very dangerous. He can be deadly. Hasa saying, top of the league, we have the player with the most goals, Vlahovic, most assists, Di Maria and Alexandro. Great start to the campaign. Yeah. Never mind. But also he came in mid-season and need time to adapt. Yeah, I thought he did pretty well last season for a player coming in mid-season in a team that was struggling. hitting expectations, but like just in general, the way we play and stuff, like it wasn't pretty. That's why we spent 70 mil on him. But yeah, I think he's doing fine. He can still do much more. I think we know that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because it's getting late. I want to thank everybody for joining for the live in the chat. Please like the video if you haven't. I haven't checked. 55 likes. That's okay. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Go watch Justin's daily video after this. Tomorrow we will be back with a daily and a live, I think. Yeah. Let's see how the Rabiot news will develop. Hopefully it will develop in a positive way for us, maybe in a negative way for Manu, whatever. Let's see what will happen with the Paredes thing, with Depay, because we're pushing now, getting in touch with Barcelona, which we actually shouldn't be, but like that, I think that's testament to the fact that we are pushing to get that deal done this week. And let's see what will happen with Rovella, because I think we need to keep that an eye on that at the moment. Other than that, thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you back tomorrow. Ciao.